What you think about it? You saw what Pat Bev said about LeBron and Russ and them?
You said that they got to leave me or whatever because
they got to play. They got to play. He was like, how I feel playing with LeBron and that. He like, they got to play with me because I went to the playoffs last year and didn't.
You know,
you think it's kind of like joke? You think he said it like jokingly? Like, just,
I
you think he was like serious?
He had to be joking.
I think I like when I watched it again, I was like, I think he just kind of just bullshitting with the press. Like,
I think
that shit funny as fuck, but he gotta be joking.
Yeah,
I think he's part serious, and I think he believes what he says, which is why he is who he is.
Yeah,
I think there's a part joking, but I think he's serious though. I think he's serious because look, I think guys like Pat Bev that don't have all of the God-given intangibles, they got to make up for that. Part of that for him is speaking shit into existence.
Damn, man. That's. I really thought when he got there, I'm like, they probably gonna trade Russ, but it looks like they gonna do it this season.
So here's the thing. The reports that I've been seeing is Russ is open to trades, but he hasn't asked officially for a trade. Yeah. The Lakers are at the moment willing to go into the season with both of these guys on the roster. Personally, I don't think that it works.
Yeah.
You know, because here's the thing. Russ gonna feel a type of way if Darvin Ham asks him to come off the bench.
Oh, you think Pat Bev might start?
I think Pat Bev can start. I think Pat Bev gives the starting lineup more of what they need versus what Russ does.
Could they play Russ at the 2?
The way he's after shooting last year.
Ken, it's a spacing problem. It's a spacing problem because LeBron is going to be the primary ball handler. You need guys that have gravity on those wings, and we've seen Russ like. Right, he can't shoot. Even when he attacks the basket now, he missing dunks and layups.
I think he just had a bad season last year.
I do too.
Because the Wizards, that season before with the Wizards, that motherfucker was looking. It was like damn.
But do you think it's part of him not having the ball in his hands? Because with the Wizards, Beal got his because Beal's Beal. Yeah. But it was still Russ-centric. It was still Russ getting triple-doubles. It was still the ball in Russ' hand.
And I think that's part of his bad season last year because I think that was something he had to get used to. I think this year, I don't know, I think this year we might see a better Russ, a little bit better. Better than last year Russ. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's going to look like OKC Russ, but I think he's going to look like a little bit better Russ than he did last year, I think.
We shall see. I don't think that he's going to finish the season with the Lakers.
Okay, if you had to rank, I saw the Eastern Conference. They haven't put the Western Conference one up yet. They put the Eastern Conference one ahead. They ranked all the starting 5 lineups from 1 to 15. So what do you think the Lakers starting lineup would be ranked in the West?
At the highest, 8, 9, and 10.
So top 10 still.
Possibly. I gotta look at it. Because we're talking Brown, Russ, AD. That's hard. Like, just that core alone is hard to say, like, that's a bottom 2. Like, they're number 12 or 13, right? Like, and then you gotta think, too, that in each conference, what is it? How many teams?
15.
No, how many people make the playoffs?
8, yeah.
So having a top 10 roster doesn't necessarily mean you have
16 total if you do by East and West. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have, like, it's not really a top roster if you're at 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I have to put them down there mainly because of chemistry and fit. Like, it just, in my opinion, Russ don't fit. And here's the thing. Last year, I remember going into the season, I was saying, I like it. Because Russ was coming from DC, he had a pretty decent year, and I was like, look, I already know the shooting aspect of it. He's not the guy we saw in Houston.
Shit, a decent year. I think he averaged a triple-double with the Wizards. Didn't he average a triple-double that season? He averaged a triple-double with the Wizards.
But what I'm talking,
fucking crazy.
It is, but the reason why I say decent is turnovers were up, shooting percentage was down. So even though he was still able to get the volume of the triple-double, like, his efficiency is starting to suffer. And then when I see him, and we play some on this roster with the Lakers, it's one of those situations where it's just like, I think it will be addition by subtraction. And again, it's not only because of the shooting. Last year opened my eyes to the point that you struggle driving. he even struggled on his pull-up jump,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
patented pull-up.
I just think he was just. I think it was just one of them bad seasons, man. And I mean, of course, because he's on the Lakers, the spotlight
Of course.
was 10 times brighter.
But I also think the money makes the spotlight brighter,
Mhm.
and I also think because of his age, it makes the spotlight brighter. Because he's technically on the downside of the career, right? Like he's only 32,
Yeah.
but not all 32-year-olds are the same.
He's still pretty physical. I mean, he's still pretty athletic though.
He is.
And he's still got bounce and everything.
But he shouldn't be missing dunks and layups.
Yeah, I mean, that was so unfortunate.
That was the eye opener for me. Like,
Really.
bro, you missing dunks and layups. Like, bad. Like, not just, I try to go too hard. Like, no, you're missing dunks, layups, floaters. Like, your patented pull-up jumper, you're hitting them a backboard. Like,